Oh, hi, it's Kim from Sew a Lot. Back again with another Kona block of the month. This month we're doing block number 9. This one's real pretty too. Block number 9. Okay, so let's start by looking at the colors and our color chart. First color we have here is A. A is seafoam, and A is one that you're going to cut 4 7/8 inch squares. You're going to cut 2 of them, and then you'll cut once on the diagonal. So that's seafoam A. The next color, B, regatta. On B, regatta, you're going to cut a 1 7/8 inch square. You're going to cut once on the diagonal, and you will only use one of the triangles. So you'll save or place the other one to the side and only use one of the large triangles. The rest of the strip, you're going to make 2 7/8 inch squares, and then you will cut those once on the diagonal. It will be 2 7/8, cut on the diagonal one time, and you do that to 2 of the squares, so you end up with 4 triangles. Again, this is B regatta. Okay, we're going to skip C for a second. This is desert green, just like B. Okay, now we'll go to E. E is dusty blue. Again, 4 7/8, cut on the diagonal, and then take 2 7/8 twice, cut them on the diagonal once for little triangles. And this is E, dusty blue. The next color, G, old green. Old green is G. Again, it's cut the same way as the other 3, 4 7/8, once on the diagonal, and then 2 7/8 once on the diagonal. And that is G, old green. And as you can see, these are your second batch of cutting, so they're gonna stick together. Okay, the next one we're gonna look at C. C is Copen blue, one of my favorites. This one's so pretty. 2 7/8, 2 squares that you're gonna cut once on the diagonal, 4 triangles. I'm gonna keep these next ones together too. D. D is sage. 2 7/8 inch square, cut once on the diagonal. You're going to do that twice. That's sage. Okay, then we have F. 2 7/8 square, cut once on the diagonal. This is green tea. Green tea. And H. H is OD green. Army green. I see a lot of this. Army green. This is 2 7/8, cut once on the diagonal. Okay, and I'm going to keep those 4 pretty close together. Now, for J, which is white, we're going to match all these other triangles. And the first cut is 4 7/8 inch squares. 4 7/8 inch square, cut once on the diagonal. So you will end up with 8 triangles. Then you're going to take 3, that's 2 7/8 inch strip. You're going to cut 16 squares at 2 7/8. Cut them once on the diagonal so that you end up with 32 triangles. And these are letter J. Okay, so let's go down to step 1. We've got everything cut. The first thing we're going to work with are the large triangles. And it tells us what we're matching up and how many. So the 4 A triangles that we have, you're going to match up with 4 of the J triangles, the white. We'll start with that. And when you do that, you're going to sew those together on the diagonal and then press it towards the dark side. So you're going to put those together, sew a 1/4 inch seam along the diagonal, and you'll end up with this. So a half square triangle that turns out to be 4.5 inches. Okay, you're going to make 4 of them. And these, of course, the first thing we make are our corner squares. So there's your 4 corner squares. So set these to the side until it's time for those. Okay, now if we move on with the big squares here in step number 1, the next one you're going to use, well, we have these 4 triangles. So B will get mashed up with a white and sewn together. And then going across, we're just making one, which is why we got rid of one of the triangles. It's E, and E gets a big white triangle. And we got G and a big white triangle. Those will get sewn together. And then and I get sewn together with a white triangle. So these would all go to the sewing machine and get those sewed together. And they will come back looking like this. There's the B, the G, the I, and the E. Okay, 4 half square triangles, all different colors, B, E, G, and I. And so I'm going to take these and set these to the side for now. And we're going to move on to the small triangles. So in the small triangles, we're going to start with the first little pile that we made. And we're going to start with B. B is the regatta blue. And you're going to make 4. You're going to pair them, take all 4, pair them with a white, and sew them together on the diagonal. So we're going to make 4 small half square triangles. Okay, and they'll look like this when it's done. You'll have 4 of them. The next color is C. C is Copen blue. And this is where you want to be careful. Let's take a look at this real quick. So right here is what we're sewing together. Down below the squares, it tells you how many. And then you've got your letters in the square to tell you which colors for the half square triangle. So this one we just did, B and J. Then we're going to move over and we're going to make 4 of C and J. So C is Copen blue. Okay, so it'll look like this. And J, of course, is the white. And then I've got 4 small triangles, and these would get paired together to make the half square triangle. And these finish at 2.5 inches. Okay, so we'll set Copen blue to the side. So we've worked with B and C. Then we go over to D, and D is sage. Again, 4 of them. So I'll be adding 4 white triangles with the D, and that's going to make 4 of these half square triangles in D and white. Okay, then we move over to E and J. E and J, you're going to make 4. E color is dusty blue. So we have dusty blue, 4 of them. And we're going to add 4 whites to it. 4 whites, 4 blue. So those together on the diagonal. And we will get this 4 half square triangles. Okay, so that's E and J. Okay, then it comes over to F and J. F is green tea, and you will take 4 white, 4 green tea, and we'll put those together. So on the diagonal, and have 4 half square triangles, 2.5 inches. Okay, that was F. Next, we go over to G and J. G is old green. Old green is G. So we got 4 of those, 4 more whites. Put to do the 2 together. So on the diagonal, and you're going to end up with 4 G and white 2.5 inch half square triangles. Okay, that was G. Down here we move to H. H is Odie green. Army green is army green as it comes. H and J. Put these two together. So on the diagonal, your finished 2.5-inch square. And again, you'll have 4 of these. And actually, when I stitched all these, I piled them up and I chain pieced them and just went right through the stack. 4 eye, 4 white. So on the diagonal, and you get 4 2.5-inch half square triangles. Okay, so I hope that was clear to everyone. You can see up here where we did the big half square triangles, A and J down below make 4. Everything else, make 1, make 1, make 1, make 1. So now we have all these half square triangles. What are we going to do with them? All right, in step 3, we're going to put together B, E, C, and D. So there's C, C and D, B, and E. So they're going to go together just like the picture at the top of page 4 on the right. And we are actually, what we're making, we're going to make this, and this is just half of it, okay? So we have B, E, D, and C that you will sew together into a 4 patch, okay? And you're going to do that 4 times. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and sew one together right now. I'm going to take the top 2, sew along this edge. All right, so there's the top, and then the bottom, sew along that inside edge. Hey, all right, there's C and D. Okay, now I'm going to press these so that they're going in opposite directions. Want to be able to nest them. B, E, C, and D. So now we're going to place these together and do our center seam. I'm going to nest these. Okay, now I also need to check and make sure that my itty bitty points in there doesn't give us a measurement. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And we're going to go on to step 4. So you're going to make 4 of these. Okay, in step 4, we've got F in the lower left-hand corner. This one is I, G, and H. Same thing, we're going to make a 4 patch. Okay, so now I can take this and press that seam in opposite directions of one another. This is I and G, F and H. Put this one down on top of this one. And I think this time I'm going to pin those points. And, oh, much better. Got points that time. Okay, so this, or press this. Now, look at these. You have to notice that, okay, in the first set over here, the colors are in the lower left-hand corner. The second set, the colors are in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, that's really important on these. So first set, lower left-hand corner, second set, lower right-hand corner. These go this way. In the next section, I'm going to go ahead and sew these 2 together. It doesn't say that yet, but instead of waiting until it's in the final layout, I think we can go ahead and make these all one piece. So if we open this up, our points match perfect there, pretty close down here. And then we can go ahead and press this one. If it doesn't say what size these should be squared up to, but I'm going to take a moment to try and figure that out so that they're the same size. You're going to make 4 of these sets. We've got 2 inches, 2 1/4. So there's 4, 6 1/4, 8 1/2. So it should be 8 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right, first step is the center. So in the center, we're going to have E, G. They're all going to go pointing the color part towards the center. I and B. So we've got a nice 4 patch there in the center. These guys, half square triangles that we just made, are going to go one across the top so that the white is like pointing in towards the center, on the side pointing in towards the center. So if you look, that corner H, the OD green, is on the right hand side each time as it goes around. And this one will go here. And then we have our corners. So one of those in each of the corners. Okay. So like in another video, since these are already pieced together, I can't do 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. What I'm going to do is one, a top and a bottom, and the center will be a section. But I'm going to piece the center square first and then add the larger half square triangle pieces last, and that will be the center strip. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. I'll put this on this one and this on this one. All right, you take these off, and I'm going to press these in opposite directions. So now we can put them together in the center. Can nest that center seam. Okay, we'll look and see how this lined up. Perfect in the center. Okay, I'm going to press that flat. This time I'm going to pinwheel my seam. So we'll put the sides on first. Not too bad. I can live with that. So now we're going to do the other side. Okay, now I'm also feeling down the seam to make sure that it's lined up straight across. Okay, so there's the center section. So now all we got to do is make the top row and the bottom row, and then it'll all be sewn together. Okay, there's the bottom. So the points we need to look at, it's got to line up here, here, here in the center, and then over here. So we'll start with the center. Okay, there it is. Block number 9. All done. It's a pretty block. Okay, well, good luck with this one. Take your time, and I'll see you next month. Bye.